But
you believe in isolating people and taking advantage of poverty so that you can divide them and make your friends even richer.
Yes, let's watch the fantastic Mick Lynch absolutely expose Reform UK Nigel Farage and absolutely roast Laila Cunningham to boot as well. Because Mick Lynch had the misfortune, of sitting next to the vile stench that is the lying grifter Laila Cunningham on Newsnight. And he didn't take any prisoners. Now, sorry for the still frames, it's the only way I could, get round it from being blocked.
What happens in the right-wing factions is up to them. You've got the hard right, militant right in Reform, and the ultra-right under the other party. Reform's going to find that harder because as they try to appeal to the centre to consolidate their vote, they're going to have to try and stretch their blanket to cover these ultra-right nationalists that are represented by Rupert Lowe. They're all despicable as far as I'm concerned, and working class people should turn away from them. They should turn away from the hatred that is being spread.
What hatred? What hatred?
Well, Laila, if you spread hatred and division, don't cry when you get called out for it. And let's be honest here, Nigel Farage lives and breathes hatred and division, doesn't he? Spreads fear and division wherever possible for his own political gain. And without that, he becomes irrelevant, doesn't it? And he knows it. Now this is where our Mick Lynch comes into his own and absolutely roasts Laila Cunningham. Enjoy, my friends. Mwah!
Nigel Farage has spent his time spreading hatred in this country.
Name one thing.
Your party believes in mass deportations
of illegal
people
migrants
living in this country.
What's the problem with that?
You said of people that are not illegal migrants, of any economic migrant that is living, is getting the benefit of the welfare system.
But because there is a fundamental principle, and you tell me if you believe it.
So if you get unemployed as an immigrant, you're going to be deported.
Do you believe in this fundamental principle that social housing and benefits should be for the British people? Do you believe that?
And the British people includes people that live here that have come from abroad.
No, so do you
they are the British people.
Well, they're not British. If they are not British nationals, they are not British. Do you believe that fundamentally trade unions
contribute
do you
to
believe
society?
That British trade unions who work hard should be paying for people who have arrived to live in social housing?
What we believe in is we pay for each other. Through a fair tax system.
In which country
where wealth is distributed properly so that all people can advance. But you believe in isolating people and taking advantage of poverty so that you can divide them and make your friends even richer.
I fundamentally, I don't even understand what you said. We fundamentally believe in one principle, that perhaps this is why you're losing votes, is that when people elect you, they are there to serve the British people and no one else. Okay. And British public service
built the NHS. They brought in education. They brought in the welfare state, and they progressed this country and rehoused millions of people during a crisis. Reform will cut all of those things. You'll cut our NHS, you'll privatise it, and you will get rid of the Employment Rights Act, because you have called us, trade unionists, a cancer in this society.
Why do you have to spread lies to win your argument?
I said you'll privatise the NHS.
No, that is not our policy, and you know it very well, and you and Labour Party have to spread lies to win the argument.
So, Laila says that Mick Lynch and Labour are lying. Well, let's have a look,
Look at the funding model. I do not want it funded through general taxation. Right. Okay. It doesn't work. Okay. It's not working.
I think we're going to have to think about healthcare very, very differently. And I think we're going to have to move to an insurance-based system of healthcare. Frankly, I would feel more comfortable that my money would return value if I was able to do that through the marketplace of an insurance company than just us trustingly giving $100 billion a year to central government and expecting them to organise the healthcare service from cradle to grave.
Well, there you have it, working class reform supporters. Under reform government, they will tear the NHS to bits and will be available only to those with the biggest pockets. Now you working class reform cultists will tell me, but DB, he's talking about only using the French model. No, he's a free market capitalist and he really wants the American model. So if Farage gets his way, don't get ill, Farage PLC cultists, because if you cannot afford the operation maybe or the medication, tough, that's your fault. for not being born into privilege, and you should have gone to private school, plebs. Also, thank you for your vote, you suckers. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.